Hello, good morning. This is Alan from Vancouver on day 2 of our amazing 3-day challenge. All right, let's see who we got here. Agnes is in the house. Good morning, Agnes. Helen is in the house as well. Of course. We've got Cindy. Hi there, Cindy. I like that background.
Everyone.
Cool.
Thank you for turning on your video. I can see your face. Oh, so nice to see you.
Well.
Hi, Gita. Hi, Agnes. Hi, Juana.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. So nice. So nice.
Melissa's here
we're going
too.
to make this a really cozy, cozy, private little group here. So feel free.
Definitely cozy, private little group for sure. Let's just give it maybe 20 more seconds, ladies, before I pass this over to Helen, so we can dig right into this exciting stuff. I can see some of you already have papers and notes, and I mean, let me just share real quick here that I got to tell you, this has been such a privilege and an honor for both Helen and myself, because if you had told if any of you said to Helen and me, hey, in the next 12 to 24 months, you're going to reach out to a bunch of ladies, you're going to take this formula, you're going to share it with so many people across the globe, and you're going to help women take their bodies from where they are, wherever they are, and help them reverse the time of age type of process so they can look younger as they get older. If you had told that to us, we probably would have laughed and said, you are smoking a little too much of something you should not be smoking, because we had no idea that our lives were going to transition into this. And I got to tell you, it's such a blessing. And I'm not just saying that, like, it is a serious blessing to wake up in the morning to know that all Helen and I have to do is go to our living rooms in our own homes, turn on this Zoom camera, and share with you some of the most transformational experiences, knowledge, education, like stuff that you'll be coming back to us and saying, look at my body. Like, we get those calls, right? Like, look at my body, look at my body, look at my abs, look at my butt. And sometimes I'm like, whoa, okay, Helen, you should look at these, and it's really honoring. Like, it is honoring, because especially when somebody looks at that and goes, there's no way this woman is 50. There's no way this woman is 45 years old. You're lying to me. Show me some ID. Helen gets that all the time. And guess what? You being on this call now have the exact same opportunity to have those kinds of experiences as well. So I'm gonna cap out here real quick, and Miss Helen is gonna take over on this part of the talk. All right, Helen.
Thank you, Ellen. You know what? I think there was some miscommunication about getting into the Zoom call. Many women ask us, how do I get the Zoom call? Where's this a link? So I'm trying to pass the link around. Excuse us, ladies.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
You were nice enough to post it inside that group too, right? So I was in there just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
So they're all here mostly from the
for your
group
patience,
too.
lady. Thank you. I am so honored here. I'm very, very honored to have you ladies here with me. Like Ellen said, it's a dream come true for me at age 52, doing this. Like, I thought when I'm 50, I thought would just go play some tennis with my lady friends, or just stay home and clean my house and take care of my family. But then all this happened within the last 2 years. And Ellen is right. It just, for me, it's a miracle. So I want you to give it back to you. So that is also possible for you in every areas in your life. Fitness, a dream, a career, whoever you want to be. So thank you so much for joining us and trusting me. So many of you saw me at Tony Robbins group. Part of me was wanted to reach out to more women, and then having this skill set, which Coach Ellen shared with me, and then part of it is also to connect with you all. How, right? So some of you know me, I stumble. a lot in my public speaking. It's like some of you will have to go through too. When you go to the gym, it will be frustrating, but then you will overcome it. Same thing, I will come how to take care of my body, and then next process. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So forgive me if I stumble, and be patient with me. And my intention is really to inspire you that it's also possible for you to do anything you want in life. And I ask the universe to give me something to make a difference. Oh, there we go. There's more people coming in. And I'm here. My dream has come true, and hopefully your dream come true for you too. So thank you. I'm still trying to be comfortable talking to everyone over Zoom and feel at ease. Wow, look at those photos. Anyway, thank you again. I know some of you ladies wanted to dance. You guys want to dance for a few minutes to relax a little bit? You guys want to do it for a few seconds? Raise your hand. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to turn the music on, all right? And hold on. Just be yourself. That's what being 50 in your 40s is all about, right? Have fun, unleash. And then, let me see. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Can you hear me? 1 second. Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay, hold on. There are more people coming. Let's go dance. Come on. I look like the Jane Fonda, you know, that's stabbing me. Can you hear me? Yeah? More people coming in. Oh, 1 second. Let's have fun. Yay! Turn on your video, ladies. Come on, turn on your video. Come on. Unleash. Yes. Unleash. Hello, everyone. Hello for joining me. Yes. Close your eyes and just dance to your body. Unleash. And you get used to it. Let your heart move your body. Unleash. Yes. Size. Show, unleash. And smile. When you smile, you activate certain nerves everywhere. Yes. Move your hips. Unleash. Move it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, hello everyone. Join me. There you go. Thank you. Can you put in chat where you calling from? I'm interested. Like connecting with people all over the world. It's so amazing. So amazing. Yes. Before we go into the topic today, talking about what food you must have in order to feed those muscles in your body according to your body metabolism. All right. So before we do that, just want to get cozy with everyone here. Hi, Ila. Is it Lila? Thank you so much. Doris, Gita. Hello, everyone. Melissa, thank you for joining us. Julie, Cindy, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm so honored to meet you all. So nice. Okay, today, yesterday, Coach Ellen shared so much about what do you have to become to get what you want. So we share a lot about having an identity. And today we're going to talk about your favorite part, what to eat. So many women always have challenges eating. And from what I know is you might be eating right, you might be eating healthy, but somehow the result that you want is not there yet. So today, Coach Ellen will share with you how to eat so your body can look lean and sexy and attractive, where you can put any clothes you want. And at the same time, not just that, you can still enjoy all your favorite food. You probably go, yeah, right, Helen. But I have to tell you, the last 2 years, I gained so much information about our body that I do eat whatever I want, however I want. Like today, it's actually my son's birthday, and then we're going to go to enjoy our nice fancy dinner. And I do that. I don't give up on those dinner, but at the same time, the days I'm at home, or 5 or 6 days or 5 days of in a week, I would focus eating what my body needs, right? So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us again. I wanted to share some of the photos I'm going to bring up to the screen to share with you, sort of have an image about your body. What does a pound of body fat looks like and a pound of muscle looks like? Why? Is because the majority of the women focus too much on the number on this. Too much on the number on the scale. But according to the fitness industry, the athletes, we focus on something else. All right, bear with me. Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can share this. Oh, 1 second, sorry. I have 1 second, bear with me. I wanted to take this out. Before
I got you.
Okay. Before I do that, I wanted to share with the lady how much fun I have, so they can do that too. Being in their 50, how wild I became. Just a short video for them to see. Is that okay, Coach Ellen?
Just had to unmute myself. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, lady, can they see me? Can you guys see me? I can see them.
They can see you. Yep.
Oh, okay, hold on 1 second. And then this is here. Okay, here we go. Can you see now?
They're about to, yeah, we can see your YouTube screen. Yeah.
I wanted to see how much fun I have after 50, going wild. And never had. And this is actually, it was a contest, but not the competition. What happened in the competition, and there's contest to be on the cover of a magazine, but I joined anyway. So most of the women on their stage are in their 20s and 30s. But you know what? I'm in my 50s, so I go all in. So just something to inspire you. If you want to go on stage or do anything wild, just have fun, okay? So here we go.
What did you enjoy the most? Like if you had top 1, 2, or 3 things you enjoyed the most about this competition in particular?
Oh my God! Meeting the high level athletes. That was the best part. Getting to know them, understand the purpose of how they work. It's just being in that environment because they understand everyone have to do a lot to get there. So when we talk to other people who are not part of the competition, they don't understand what we have to go through. And when we were there, we share those moments and stuff like that. That was the best part. The community. Winning, like again, I'm happy for whoever won, even though I lost. Doesn't matter because, like again, we competitive in a good way, not to beat each other, but we allow the judges to make the decisions, right?
Right.
So you're not putting anybody down. That's supportive of everyone. Happy for everybody who worked so hard and get up there.
Right.
I didn't work that hard, and I'm happy for those people who work hard. Like I did what I can at this moment, and a lot of competitors did what they did the best. And obviously, some put more effort into it because their purpose was higher. Maybe
Oh, sorry. What happened? Oh, sorry.
Hey, you should click it again.
Ah.
Oh
What?
no, it doesn't want to come back. Oh, there's my fat photos. My Lang fat photos. Before and after. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm pretty sure they got a good idea as to what you had an experience there. So share with them a little bit about that. Like, why did you share it, and how did it benefit you and for them?
One sec. I apologize. Oh no. How do I? Oh no. How do I get out? Are we here?
They can
Alice?
still see your face. They can still see your face. Yeah.
How about the screen? How about the screen?
Nope. No screen sharing
More?
right now. Nope. It's gone. You
okay.
clicked out of it. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
So, thank you. I apologize.
It happens. Everybody's learning how to use this Zoom thing anyway, right? Nobody's a pro at this stuff. They're not here for Zoom. They're here to see how fantastic you are because it lets them know how amazing they can be too. Right, ladies?
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
Why I'm here. I am, okay. So thank you so much. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Something you can do. For me at age 50, go and wild, go and challenge myself. I thought challenge myself because I do wanted to improve my body, but like you, in order to improve, make a difference is taking bigger challenges, right? Even though you get there or not, but it was the journey that you will learn everything about yourself, the ups and downs. And then anytime you take a bigger journey, next one will be easier, right? So for me, that's what I did to inspire you, that you can do that too. One day, maybe on stage with me. And I mentioned in the video, it's not really about comparing ourselves to the rest of the women, about becoming better for yourself. So, all right. So just something that I share with you. There's another thing, a video I wanted to share as well about today's topic about food. I want you guys, ladies, all to take, okay, here with me. Oops, another Google Drive. Oh, sorry. Sorry, it's okay. 1 second. I had it here. Okay. Can I share now? Right there. Can you get, ladies, see?
They can see your screen, Helen.
Great. Okay. So I want you ladies to take a look at this photo here. Why today's topic is so important for you to have an image of what this two body looks like, even though they're the same weight, right? To look lean, what do you have to do? And as you can see, two women the same weight. And then why is because you can tell which one do you want to be, right? Then we talk about body fat, and I will share with you this woman right here probably has a lot more body fat than this one right here. So the reason I keep bringing up this is because women keep focusing on the body weight, and so it's important you have an image what you want it to be when your body is leaner, even though the weight on the scale doesn't change, right? And then here's the numbers, certain percentage body fat that your body at if you want to look certain way. So instead of changing the weight on the scale, then there is something I want you to focus on, the body fat, right? As you can tell, down below, the different percentage of body fat. I know it's scary, doesn't it? But it's okay. It's a first step to realize where we're at, right? And this is a general body fat percentage for women to sort of guide to look at where you are, right? Athletes, the one on stage, most of them are between 14 to 20. My body weight was about 20 when on stage, close to 19, 20. So just to have a number where your body at, okay? And then the reason I, again, just to tell you, in order to have more muscles, you have to eat. Most women think they don't have to eat, right? And then today, Coach Alan will share with you what kind of healthy food that you must eat in order to reach that. See, I want to share with you, in the past, I wanted to look slim, but I didn't realize I didn't look good when I didn't eat too much. It was easy for me when I was in my 30 and 40. But then when I was getting to my late 40, everything started to change. For example, this is what people used to eat, right? I know. But that didn't help. If I eat little, yes, I would lose a lot of weight. But then I would always feel hungry. And this is what I look. Look at my skinny arm. Look how skinny. There's no definition because I did not eat for my body, and I did not exercise. Certain exercise that give me the look, the healthy body. So it worked on the scale, but I didn't have the figure. You can see I didn't have any glutes. I should give you a better picture, but everything didn't feel right. Didn't feel right, even though the number was right. But now I eat a lot. I eat so much, and I still look good, right? So the difference of what you have to do, something that to get you the body that you want. Even now, so many women, when they want to look good, the main thing they do right now is traditionally just cut down on the food. But what we do right now is really focus on giving you the sort of like a guide that whatever worked before for you, if it didn't work, then you have to shift. And it's amazing that you actually have to eat more. You enjoy with the food, but then you learn that you just have to make better choices. It will be hard for you at the beginning, but if you keep doing it, your brain will automatically sort of analyze anything that goes into your mouth. That's good for me. That's good for my muscle. That's good for my gut. Right? It takes time, but you will get it, and don't get frustrated. All right. So, see, there's just something what you have to do to eat. Right? In the past, people have to cut down on their favorite food just to look good, but you don't have to. All right. So that's what Coach Ellen will share with you, how to get a nice body and still enjoy your lifestyle and still be happy. And you don't have to starve. You don't have to go diet. You don't have to basically like dread going to the gym or dread even buy anything you wanted to eat. So thank you so much. And before I forget, I know I mentioned in the group, we will have a prize, the body scale, which is very important to have when you start on your body transformation. And we will select someone who playful out at the end of this challenge. All right, so this for you because you took your time to come and join us. It's something, a gift that I want to give back to you ladies. All right, so thank you so much. I'm going to call Coach Ellen to share and to show you the best way to eat for your body to get the most out of it. All right, so thank you, and welcome, Ellen.
All right, ladies. All right, everyone's giving me a round of applause. That's right. Thank you so much, Helen. Super good. You know what, folks? I got to say real quick that Helen's ability to communicate on a Zoom call is growing every single day. In 2018, I had asked her way back. I said, "Hey, you've got a good voice. Have you ever thought about doing like a public speech or anything?" And instantly, it was like, no. But I could tell she wanted to learn to do it. And just to give you some contrast, in 2018, I said, "Hey, why don't you practice by just turning on your cell phone like this, doing a little selfie video, and just saying something that you really enjoy about your day today," right? You know what she did? She did this. She turned it on. No, I'm not even exaggerating. She turned it on, she stared at the camera, and she went, turned it off, and then sent that to me. And I said, "What the hell was that?" Like, you just laughed. Like, what? She's like, I can't do it. And she was so nervous. Folks, to see her go from that to making videos to share with you what she's doing, to get out here live, it's awesome. It's awesome because our community here is all about breaking through disbeliefs. It's all about breaking through plateaus. It's all about having that old school mindset of like, hey, you know what? I can't have that body. I can't look that good. I can't be phenomenal. Sure, she can do it. They can do it. But I don't think I don't think I can. To go from that mindset to be like, hey, I see some improvement. Hey, it's not so bad after all. Hey, it's actually not as hard as I thought it would be. Hey. And then all of a sudden, she looks 30. Like, it didn't happen that quickly, but the process happened a lot faster than what most people believe, which is why we're here, because on today's call, on my section, we're going to transition to how can you eat in a way that supports your gains, your body transformation, but at the same time, leaves you feeling satisfied, where you still get to have the enjoyment of the foods you love, while changing the moderations of how much and when, and putting in more supportive foods that help your body get from where you are to where you really want to be. So it becomes that 80-20 balance where 80% of the time you're eating because your bodies are asking for more muscles. It's asking to burn off more body fat. It's asking you to support that transition. While the other part of you, maybe the little devilish side, goes, "Oh, but I really like that cheesecake. Come on, don't tell me not to eat that cheesecake or that chocolate or that ice cream." I mean, hey, we've all got our cheat meals and foods, right? Everybody's got something that they love. So if you're writing this stuff down, and I hope you are, I want you to put at the top of your sheet, you're going to keep your cheat meals. Okay. So this is not about, I got to say this up front, because sometimes people start going, "Oh, I don't know about this. And what's he going to talk about?" There's no magic air diet here. No magic air diet. There's no pop this pill and all of a sudden you're going to turn into like my cell phone. So every time you turn sideways, it's like, "Oh, where did she go? Oh, there she is. Where did she go?" There's no pills for that. And if somebody tells you to buy it, don't pull out your credit card. Get off that website. Click off. Okay. This section is about how to think of food in a way where it does two things. It does, number one, builds your body while it burns body fat at the same time. Can that happen? Yeah, it really can. Helen's living example of that. She's living proof, especially now because of COVID, because she can't get out to the gym. She barely does. Most of her workouts are done at home, 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day. No exaggeration. I know because I've been her gym coach now since 2018. So when she's training, she tells me. And if she's training hard, she's with me. Nobody ever pushes her harder than me. That's why she keeps me on board, because she lets me and she gets great results. But knowing that she's not able to come to the gym, thanks to COVID, again, mostly 30 to 45 minutes a day, this ability for her to stay this lean for the past 2 years has been impossible until we managed to play with the foods and some supplements. Supplements just means to me like enhanced food. It's like baby food for adults. It's like baby formula for adult men and women. Literally, that's what it is. And by mixing those two, she's got an ability now to really sustain an amazing figure. Yet when you really look at her workouts, like we used to have a joke that said, your workout is like our warm up. Because my past trainees they went through the grind. Whereas now you can literally do workouts that might feel tough in the beginning, but actually become more like a warm up and still sustain a really young, healthy looking figure. So how does that work? Here's what we're going to get into. Today is all about food and being able to help you sustain that lean body. But before we talk about that lean body, I'm going to regurgitate some info that we talked about in our last challenge, but I'll go through this rather quick because there's some new stuff I want to talk about today that's really going to help you get your goals faster. Before we talk about food, you got to know what kind of food best fits for you. And the way to know, okay, so I'm going to explain this, ladies, and then you're going to do this for yourself. Because looking on the screen, there's many of you, and there's only one of me. So I can't do it for everybody. But this is basic stuff. Like you'll know in like 20 seconds, this is the kind of person or kind of body that you have currently, which directly relates to how food responds inside of your system, right? So I drew this out last time. I'm going to draw it again. I'm going to use the black marker to make sure you guys can see it. And all you got to remember is this, okay? I should mention that I'm a highly skilled artist. I've been a highly skilled artist for many years. So please try not to be too blown away when I start showing you these really intricate drawings that might be like in comparison to, well, you'll see. Okay, so here's one. And I'm telling you, this is so good that you'll never forget it. Here's 2. Here's 3. See that? See how fancy that is? That's damn fancy, right? I know. This is all 3 of us. All 3 of us. What are they? Number 1, this is what you classify as, let me just say what they are real quick and then I'll explain. You've got an ectomorph. You've got an endomorph, or EN. And then you've got a mesomorph. Those are just fancy terms that describe how our metabolisms respond to food on a day-to-day basis. Now, this is important because the moment you know what your metabolism is like, you're no longer going to buy into the idea of, well, hey, as long as you eat healthy and you work out, you're going to look like Helen. That advice is good. I'm not disrespecting it, but to follow it to a T would be the same as saying, if you learn to drive a car, you're going to be a great Formula One race champion. Yeah, there's a lot more to it, right? So what does this mean? If you're an ectomorph, all that means is that you are generally skinny. When you put clothes on, everybody thinks that you're skinny as hell. So when you talk about working out, they look at you and they go, are you bananas? Are you losing your mind? Because you look super thin. I don't even understand why you got to work out. That was Helen's case. However, the challenge for ectomorphs is that they hide fat very well because they don't gain a lot of fat, but they get this thin layer that goes all throughout different parts of their body. And the challenge is that it starts to look like cellulite fat. So it looks like very, I say it with respect, but we got to keep this real so you can analyze yourself and then we can improve it, right? It looks like cellulite fat. So when you saw Helen's photo earlier, what you saw was like the skinny lady and had this little pose like this, right? But when she used to squeeze her arm, you would see the deep, thick, it'd be about maybe an inch, quarter inch, half inch of fat that would just pop out just from squeezing different parts of her body. So if you're talking about looking young and lean, that's got to go, right? And the food that you eat affects that kind of body type. More on that in a second. An endomorph is somebody who is very highly sensitive to carbs. So if you smell a cheesecake, you feel like you got 2 pounds on your butt the next day. You have a quarter piece of chocolate and it looks like you had the whole chocolate bar. Like, I am that kind of metabolism type. I love carbs. Do you? Chances are you probably love your carbs to a degree as well, right? The problem for us is that we can play with our carbs, but because of our high sensitivity, endomorphs have to be very careful on how they consume their carbs, or else it's just very easy to blow up. The good part for endomorphs, if you make a note of this, is that we also gain muscle really fast. So if you are an endomorph, muscle comes to you like that. You could do 20, 30, 40, 50 push-ups, and in that moment, gain a little more muscle than the ectomorph. The ectomorph, if they don't eat before they train, a lot of times they burn their muscle really fast. They transform fast. Like, Helen's body transforms fast. But if she's not careful, she loses her muscle really fast too, right? So that's the contrast. Now, the reason why I drew this one for type number 3, the mesomorph, is because no matter how little or how much you gain in body fat, one thing stands true across the board. The mesomorph always somehow manages to retain a wider shoulder, smaller waist ratio. Literally. So if you gain 10, 20, 30, 50, 60 pounds, you could have pockets of body fat everywhere across you, even in the midsection. But this to this always remains the same. And generally speaking, if you are a mesomorph, you'll generally gain body fat where it's evenly distributed. So when people see you, they might see that you've gained some weight, and maybe you can relate to this. If you're a mesomorph, you probably hear this during a conversation. Oh, I gained so much weight. I gotta do something about this. Your friends go, really? I don't see it. Or they say, really? Oh, well, maybe you just gained a little, when really you jump on the scale and it looks like the scale is reading 20, 30 pounds more than what you actually started with. That is crazy because it hides it so well. So sometimes you can't even see how much body fat you gained. Okay? This is important because also with being a mesomorph, when you start to transform, your superpower, every one of them has a superpower. Okay, your superpower is that your body is designed to burn body fat and carbs the most efficiently. Unlike ectos, where they burn carbs really fast, but they burn muscle as well. So it's hard for them to keep muscle. Or an endo, where they can build muscle super fast, but it's so hard to burn body fat initially in the beginning, right? Mesos, you have the best ability. Now, is that a good or bad? No, because it just means that there's a way for eating and training here. There's a way of eating and training here. There's a way of eating and training here. And if you know what your body is currently, then you give yourself the advantage of taking that timeline of, let's just say that this represents 1 year of time. Most people, if they get that advice of, hey, if you just eat right and you work out, you'll be in shape. That might take you a whole year to see good progress. But the moment you know which one of the 3 you are, a lot of times you can take that progress time and you can literally cut it in half. If you're aggressive with your transformation results, a lot of times you can see amazing progress in a third of the time. And that's what we're here to talk about today, okay? So before I go on, I'm gonna ask all of you wonderful, amazing ladies to take 20 seconds and just take a guess. Of the three types I've just demonstrated to you, ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph. Take a look in the mirror, take 10, 20 seconds, and ask yourself, well, which one of the three do I look like? You don't have to be accurate, you don't have to be perfect. This is just you getting to know you better. Once you know who you are, or you believe you do, write it down on your sheet, and even better, throw it in the chat group. Because once you throw in the chat group, then it gives me a better understanding of what the bulk majority of ladies that are here, and I'll lead with that first. Okay, I want to try to serve you as best I can. I want to share with you as much as possible, and I want to try to help all of you based on who, like, what you're bringing to the table here, right? So go ahead, throw it in the chat, throw it in the chat, throw it in the chat. Everybody go ahead, throw it in the chat. Okay, so I'm seeing endomorph, I'm seeing endomorph, I'm seeing endomorph. Okay, it's a lot of endomorph. Way to go, endomorphs. I don't feel alone. I don't feel alone. I am an endomorph. There you go. Nice. Endos, endos, endos. Good. Looks like the majority of us ladies here, besides Helen, there's one. I'm probably a mesomorph. All right. Very good. Very good. So it looks like mostly endos. What if I have an ecto top and an endo bottom? Very wise. Very wise. I'm liking where this conversation is going already. Excellent. Okay, ladies. So you have an idea of which body type you are. Excellent. Here is, I'm going to start general and then I'm going to get specific. And I'm going to start general because, again, there's so many of you ladies here and there's only one of me. And we're trying to be respectful with time. We don't want to prolong this so long. What I find is this: whenever I'm teaching something to the mass majority, it's very effective when I take a principle and I share it first, and then I give specifics later. This is essential to you because constantly your mind right now is going, okay, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? How can I apply this? How can this be effective for my body starting right now today? Which is what Helen and I live by. We don't want you to take 2 years to get progress. We want your progress to begin starting right now. So anything that I share that is uncertain, always try to take it from a principle perspective. So in other words, if I said something like, have more protein, that's very specific, right? The principle behind that might be something like, eat more of the foods that build your muscles naturally. That's very generic, but it's principle based because that applies to so many things. It might not be so obvious now, but as we continue talking, as you continue hearing and using these techniques, remember, this isn't just about a wonderful talk. This is about you getting whatever's in my brain and throwing it towards your way so you can just run with it. So everything I say, it's really based on how you can apply this now, right? So constantly ask yourself that question. How can I apply this now? How can I apply this now? And ladies, sometimes I speak like it's going out of style. Like I'm really trying to talk slower today because sometimes I talk like I've had way too much caffeine because I'm not gonna lie, I get excited. I get excited about this stuff. So if ever I share too quickly, feel free to jump in that chat and be like, dude, slow down. I'll be more than happy to repeat anything that was shared too quickly. All right. So let's start off with the endomorphs. This is all about eating now, right? Eating. How to eat in a way where you can still enjoy your life, where you can avoid the magic air diet. And I keep joking about that because a lot of people just assume, man, if I want to lose weight, I just have to eat less. The truth is if you're excess like 3,000 calories a day or something, well then yeah, you might have to cut it down a little. But you know what I find? Most people actually don't overeat by much. They do sometimes, they do periodically. But if you looked at like a whole month, like if you had 30 days, let's just pretend that all these marks represent days. Here's what I find. I find most people, especially ladies, around their 40s or 50s, they don't actually eat a whole lot like 24/7. What they usually do is they'll have like a little, and then 1 or 2 days, it's like, oh yeah. And then they'll have a little, And then they get stressed out and it's like, oh, give me the shovel. I know I do that. Like, it's, my eating habits can be horrible if I'm not careful. Trust me. And this is how it usually goes. So knowing that most people only have certain days where they excess eat, the question becomes, how can we change this formula? So instead of just having certain days where we excess eat, why don't we have days where we actually allow ourselves to eat much and eat not a whole lot, but eat more than satisfied, where we actually enjoy the foods that we're eating in abundance, but we're eating in a way where the body fat really starts to drop and the muscles really start to increase. Okay, that concept is super important, and I really had to dig into that, because without making that obvious, sometimes the thought process is, let's just eat a little. Please make a note, okay? If your lifestyle is based on a lot of sitting, yes, eat a little. What we're going to introduce to you is something that we call periodic conditioning. Periodic conditioning. So periodic conditioning just means that periodically you're going to incorporate 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes into your day of simple activity that's going to allow you room to eat more in abundance, and using the food calculation, if you want to call it that, using the way to eat in our format gives you the ability to eat more and enjoy your life and still be able to produce some amazing, sexy results. And that's really the simple formula. I'm saying that clearly because when you look at Helen's body and what she had to go through, it was like, let's just be real, it was a grind. It was a grind. Like, she would come in at 10 a.m. She would not leave until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, it was tough. So when you look at her results, it's easy to think, oh God, I gotta do 2 or 3 hours. I gotta do gym, but I can't even get to the gym. So I have to do this stuff at home, and then I gotta do it by myself. I don't even know if I can last 20 minutes. Like, it's daunting to think that way, right? We want to eradicate that, because we have lots of women that have trained with us over Zoom on 30 to 45, 60 minutes every other day, and has still gotten phenomenal results. So you don't have to be crazy with workouts, and you don't have to be crazy with the food. This is supposed to be simple. Can everybody agree with me for a second? Do you like simple? Because I like simple. I like keeping things easy, right? If it gets too complicated, I become that person that goes, okay, I'm throwing in the towel. I don't know what the hell to do. Like, what did you just say to me? It sounds like Spanish. What the heck? How am I supposed to follow that? But when it's simple, it's like, oh, okay, well, I can do it. And then it just becomes a question of just going and do it, right? One of my old coaches said this a long time ago. He said, if you don't want people to learn, take everything you know, throw it at them. Just throw it all, and fast. But if you want people to learn, if you really want them to learn what you know, he said, take what you can teach them and teach them easily and slowly. Easily and slowly. The great Einstein said, you know you have a genius in front of you when you have someone who can take complex ideas and make them sound very easy. That's a genius. He said, any fool can take something that's easy and make it sound hard. Everybody can do that. But from difficult to making it sound easy, that's the person you want to learn from. And hey, I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm far from it. But I'm really good at finding geniuses and then picking their brains. Like, how did you do this? How did you make this happen? How did you transform yourself so quickly? How did you, like, I am that guy that walks into a room, and when there's a genius there, I'm the one going, hey, can I ask one more? Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? I'm super picky that way, which is great for you, because then I can simplify it and just give you everything I got. So I know it was a long explanation, right? But I want us to be on the same mind frame. And I really want to make sure everybody's going to come from that perspective of, we're going to keep it easy today. So here's all you got to know. Let's start with the endos. Endos. And endos, the reason why we're talking about eating, once again, is because transformations are 70% of what you put in your mouth on a daily basis. 70%. There we go. 70%. And only 30%. Okay, this little chunk right here, only 30% comes from how you work out. Only 30%. Everybody please make that note. This is super important because if you are progressing over the weeks and you're like, hey, this is not working out for me,
Sorry,
it's easier to look at what you're eating versus how you're training. Go ahead, Ellen. What's
sorry,
up?
I was just
Share.
just remind you that your audio is a little bit static, so it's better. Wait,
Damn.
yeah, it was just a little
Ladies,
bit.
is it static for all you? Give me a show of hands if it's staticky. Is it staticky?
A little, yeah.
Yeah?
Can you guys hear?
Little
Ladies,
bit, a little
hear
bit. Okay.
him well? Okay. Just
No, they're agreeing. Some of them are agreeing. I can switch. You know what? Forgive me, ladies. I'm using this
it's better now, but
earpiece
it's
for
when you're far
mobility
away.
sake.
When you're far away, it's a little bit. I just
I'm
want to make
far
sure the
away.
lady. Okay, just want the ladies
Got
to
it.
hear you.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Okay, here. How about this? There we go. How about I go like this?
There
And I
you go.
go like this. Okay.
Thank you.
Can you hear my voice now, Missy? Yes. Wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Thank you, ladies. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So as an endomorph, here's all you have to remember. Because we know that we're carb sensitive, there's three things that we have to watch out for when we eat, okay? They're called macros, macronutrients. So you have your proteins. I'll just put P for protein. You've got your carbs, C for carbs, and you have your good fats. Okay, so not the saturated fats that clog up your arteries. I mean good fats like omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, stuff that you get from fish, stuff that you get from eating avocados, that kind of thing, right? When you look at the combination of these three, most people as an endomorph are like this. They're usually carbohydrate. Oh, sorry. All right, let me change this up so it's easier to see. It's usually like this: high carb, low fat, medium protein. How many of you were here yesterday on our call? Anybody? Some, yeah. So if you remember Helen's talk, there's an app called MyFitnessPal, super popular. Everybody uses it. Please make a note of that app, because at the end of this call, we're going to ask you to download that app. There is a free version and a paid version. Start with the free. It's good enough. And the reason why you're going to use that is because it's going to help you track what you normally eat on a day-to-day basis. And it's going to show you at the end of the day your percentages. Now, this is super vital because I'm going to ask you to track yourself for a week, just 7 days. You can do anything for 7 days. And it's literally like this. Oh, I had a coffee. App. Coffee. Pop. Done. Oh, I had spaghetti. App. Spaghetti. Tap spaghetti. And done. It's really not hard to use. And for any of you that want a video, we can easily pass a video on just how to access it, how to use it. The free version is amazing already. Here's why. It gives you the percentages of your carbs and your fats and your proteins on a daily basis. So if after 7 days, you're already noticing that, let's just say that your carbohydrates make up, let's say 50% plus. And let's say your fats are like maybe 20%, and maybe your protein is at 30%. If this is the ratio after 7 days, I say this with respect. You could run until you want to throw up. You can hit the gym. You can buy a gym if that's what you want to do. You could live in a gym, pay rent in the back, and be working out all day. It doesn't matter. If this ratio doesn't change to support you, you'll get stronger, you'll get more endurance, but you won't be able to see the beautiful, the glamorous, the toned muscles that you've created over the coming weeks and months. It's like you've got the $10,000 power suit on, but you covered it in blankets. It's like you have that amazing dress that you've always wanted to wear, and you know you look amazing when you put it on, but then you've covered it up with winter jackets left, right, and center, right? It's in there, but will you see it? No. So what's the percentage that we do need? It's simple. Okay, as an endomorph, all you need to do is make sure that on your plate, let me draw it as a plate first so it's a little easier to remember, okay? Again, this is endos. Let's say you're having a plate of food. Can you see that? Yeah, you see that. Cool. Break it up into 3 portions, and these are your portions. At least 60% of what's on your plate should be protein-based. Okay? 25 to 20% should be carb-based. So this is protein. Right? Oops, that looks like a D. Come on, Alan, get with it, get with it. There's a P right there. P, protein. C, carbs. And about 20 to 30% of fats. Now I say this because when it comes to food, we usually add fiber as well. But fiber, I mean, if you're eating vegetables, if you're eating some fruits, if you're eating like the organic stuff, that's usually a no-brainer. That's going to come along, right? To build muscle for daily activity, the most important is these 2. The protein has to be the most on your plate. The carbs has to be the least on your plate, which also answers the question, well, crap, Alan, I get this all the time. Crap, Alan, you're asking me to, doesn't this mean I'm going to starve? Like, I'm so used to eating all these other foods. I don't want to be hungry. Do you want me to be hungry? I don't want to be hungry. If I get hungry, I'm going to be hangry. You know, when you're hungry and angry and then you get hangry, I don't want to be hangry. I've got work. I've got kids. I can't do this. Are you out of your mind? You're asking me to, I'm going to go murder people. I mean, don't murder people, but I'm going to murder people. No. That's not what happens. When you have more protein, what happens is the protein satisfies your stomach so much longer. So much longer. You know what happens when we start getting heavy carbs, carb-based in terms of our loading? You tell me this. Tell me if this has happened to you, okay? Could be anything. Bag of chips. Your favorite noodles, rice. I'm just starting. Okay, everybody. I'm starting this new program, but you know, I'm just gonna have a little bit of that rice there. I'm gonna have a little bit of those chips. I'm gonna have that 1 scoop of ice cream. Okay, just. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna just one. 5 minutes later, 2 minutes later, you're eyeballing the ice cream. Nobody's looking. Okay, just one more. 30 seconds later, another one. 10 seconds later, another one. Next thing you know, you're like, crap, I just ate the whole box. How many people have experienced that here? Where you told yourself, I'm just gonna have that one bite. It's so delicious looking. And then before you know it, you had at least half of it or more than what you thought you were going to consume. If you've had that before, hey, put it in the chat box. I'm telling you right now, I have been guilty of that on so many occasions. Many of us have. That's life, right? It doesn't have to be though. Because when your protein comes up, here's what's cool. When you have enough protein in your body, it satisfies your hunger craving so much that when you want to have your carbs, it's like, that was good. Now I'm good. Literally. Here's the other cool part. When you increase your good fats, omega-3, 6, 9, not only does it support, please make a note of this because it's a life changer. It has been for so many people. When this and this is high, you're not only going to feel satisfied from the food that you eat, but you're going to feel satisfied even longer. And merging good fats in your food with your protein, it burns the calories, it burns the body fat at a much higher metabolic rate. The reason is because when your body's fiending, when it's fiending for energy, it's going to pull from your body. It'll pull from sugars, it'll pull from carbs, it'll pull from whatever's in there. But when you've got protein and good fats mixed combined, it burns the good fat by binding with the bad fat. So it actually goes like this. It's like you eat the good fat, it goes in your stomach. Whatever bad fat's in your body or in your stomach, they actually bind together. And that becomes a new energy source for your body to burn, which, by the way, burns much, much, much longer than any carbs we could ever consume. So in conclusion, if you're that person that's like, oh my God, you know, I'm always hungry. The moment you change this ratio, you're good. You're going to notice in a couple of days, you'll be like, wow, I feel better. Wow, I don't feel as hungry. Wow, my energy is better. Wow, I can stay more focused for longer because good fats actually support the brain function. It's a major part of the brain. And most people are good fats deficient. They're not efficient. They need more. They don't have enough, right? So as an endomorph, this is your program. Now, why didn't I say, Alan, well, why don't you just tell me what to eat? Why don't you just lay it out for me? You know why? I suck at following plans. Maybe you do too. I don't know. But my old coach used to say, all right, dude, and he was an army guy, right? So he was like, Alan, and he had this thick European accent. So he's like, hey, Mr. Alan, I tell you now, you're going to eat this, and you're going to eat this, and you're going to eat this, and you're not going to complain or else I'm going to break your hand. And I'd be like, whoa, okay, no problem. Okay, coach, I'm going to, yeah, no, okay, done. And then after a week, I would mess up the whole thing. And he'd be like, why did you mess up the plan? I'm like, I don't know. He was like, but I told you. I'm like, I know. He's like, I even wrote it out for you. I know. Well, why did you mess it up? I don't know. I don't know. I thought there was something wrong with me at the time. What I found is that everyone just has preference. So in conclusion, what does that mean for you? It means that if you know that you got to have lots of protein, guess what? We've all got that. Elon Musk calls this our second brain. So he goes, just go to your second brain and just ask it what you need to find. So now all our clients go, oh, what are the best protein sources? List. What are the best good fat resources, or what are good fat foods that I can consume? The list comes up. As long as you know the principle, you can find the details yourself. And more beautifully, you can change and mix and match and eat whatever the heck you want, really, as long as you're staying within those ratios. Your body starts to go like this. One of our clients, who I won't say names out of respect, she was having a very hard time losing weight, very. And she was so frustrated she wanted to give up. As a result, we concluded that she's very high carb sensitive. Like, smell the cheesecake, 2 pounds on my butt. How the hell did that happen? Like that, like I'm exaggerating, but it felt that way. And it was shocking for her. Shocking. Because without adding more workouts, which really she was doing 20 or 30 minutes every other day, wasn't that much. Her body fat was going from 42%, 41.5, 40, 39%, 38.5%. This is week after week. And you know what she said to us? She said, I don't know if there's something wrong with this machine. I'm confused because my weight hasn't gone down much, but my body fat keeps dropping. I think there's something wrong with the machine. I'm like, are you out of your mind? I lost my stuff for a second there. But like, that's what happens. Make a note, ladies. When you eat according to your body will change faster than you might be ready for. Let me say that one more time. If you eat according to your body's needs, necessities, your body still can change faster than what you might be mentally ready for. It happens all the time. And it's not gimmicky. It's not like this is new age stuff. This is what athletes have been doing for ages. Boxers, MMA fighters, when they talk about cutting weight, I mean, look at it. In 1 or 2 weeks, no exaggeration, females as well they're dropping like 20 or 30 pounds in 2 or 3 weeks. Like, how the hell do you humanly do that? Not only do that, how do you keep doing that fight after fight after fight after fight after fight? Like, how? Everybody else is trying to struggle just to lose 5 pounds a month. Are you kidding me? You're dropping, like, really? There's science to it. And the cool part is we're not trying to be fighters, you know, put them up your dukes, put them up. We're not here, you know, we're regular people. We're regular people, right? So we don't need to drop that quickly, but it does show to prove and ask a question. If they can drop, because they're humans too, okay? They're humans. A lot of those fighters are like, you know, you see the 25-year-olds, but there's a lot these days that are still 40, 45 years old. Some of them 50 years old. Mike Tyson just got back in the ring. He was like, what, 52? Like, come on. You know what I mean? If these fighters, these humans, can drop 20 to 30 pounds in literally 14 days on average, can you and I drop 5% body fat a month? Yeah. Can we drop 1 to 2% body fat a week? Absolutely. As long as you know your ratios, your body will start to act like there's a magic button behind it. Seriously. And when you know it, when you only have to think about it, oh my God, that's when you get the Helen Fong results. She wakes up in the morning, messages me, oh, look, I barely worked out this week. I'm going to call you out right now, but it's so fun. I have to. I barely worked out this week. And look, my butt still looks great. Well, good for you, woman. My arms are still lean. I know. I see you every single day. Oh, look, I still have abs. I think half the world knows you still got abs, right? Like, it's just, it's a nice feeling. And I'm totally exaggerating here, but guess what? Her present can be your future. And I'm not talking like 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the road. I'm talking about months. If you are very clear on just how to treat your body from a food perspective. And you got to admit, like that formula, that's not like 60% here, 20% here, 20% here, meh. Then you get to Google whatever you want to eat that fits these ratios. That's not hard, right? I love this stuff. Like, this is the stuff. Can you tell I'm getting excited? I'm like a Colgate commercial right now because I can't stop smiling. And you know why I can't stop smiling? It's because I know from this talk, 1 or 2 or 3 of you, maybe even more, are going to come back to us in a few months and be like, what the hell happened? I look younger than my sister. I look like I'm my daughter's sister. Helen gets that. Oh, is that your sister? No, that's my mom. That's your mom? She'll go to an event with her daughter, and her daughter, you know, like a school event or work or whatever, they'll be like, oh, you brought your sister. No, that's not my sister. That's my mom. Slow-mo reaction. Eyes get big. Drops to the floor. If I was there, I'd be like, sir, can you please pick up your mouth? You know, like it's literally like that. That, if you had told Helen 2 or 3 years ago, that's your future. You know what she would have said? You're full of garbage. She would have said that to you. She would have said, you're full of it. That's not going to, I mean, I'll get a little more fit, but to look like my daughter's sister, you're lying to me. The thing that she thought was impossible is now her living daily reality. And what a beautiful thought it is, not just for her, but to know that every single one of you have that opportunity as well. You really do. And today is your day 1 of that opportunity beginning for you now. Second part, the ectos. Let's dig into ectos. Oh, actually, real quick. I'll save the questions for after. Forgive me, because I went a little along on that part. And I've only got a few minutes left here, ladies. So I want to make sure that I dig into this. For you. Ectomorphs, you have the exact opposite problem. Ectos are just like Helen. You're skinny, but you only look skinny in the clothes because the body fat on your body is thin. It's fully layered though, but it doesn't get too thick. What happens is it just gets very dense. It is dense fat. And a lot of times those are harder to burn. They're harder to hide. They're harder to get rid of. How many people here classify themselves as an ectomorph? Do we have any ectos in here? Ectos. Ectos. Got a couple of ectos? Okay, good. A couple of ectos in here. Awesome. So here's the thing you got to know. Unlike us endos, you need carbs. You need carbs. You need carbs. Why? Because in order to build muscle, you actually need carbs and protein together. Endos don't need it because as you're building, you build muscle like that. Your body responds to just building the muscle. The problem is that it's always accompanied with fat. Ectos are the reverse. They can burn fat. Like their fat can go down really quick. Their protein, if they have enough protein, can help them build muscle fast. The problem is that protein alone won't do it. So in terms of ratio, as an ectomorph, you just have to remember this. Here is your plate once again. Half of your dish has to be protein, okay? So you gotta have a little bit more protein than the endos. The other 25 to 35%, and I'll explain this in a second, has to be carbs if you're an ectomorph, okay? Then fats have to be the remaining, whatever that is, 20%, let's just say, right? 15 to 20%. Now, why is this important? It's because ectomorphs go like this. They go skinny, and they start to build, and then they go skinny. They're like a living accordion. They're like, oh, I'm getting bigger, no, I'm getting smaller. Oh, I'm getting bigger, I'm getting smaller. Sounds like an exaggeration. Helen's weight was exactly that. I'm building some muscle. Oh, crap, I forgot to eat lunch. Goes right back to skinny. Oh, I've been working so hard to get my meals going. Okay, I forgot to have breakfast, and I didn't have enough protein. She starts to get skinny. Having carbohydrates, now let me say real quick, okay? You want the good carbs, not the bad carbs. Alan, there's two different kind of carbs? I thought you said this was simple. This is not simple, Alan. Carbs are carbs. What are you talking about? No, really, this is still simple. You just got to remember in color. You've got white, you got brown. You got white, you got brown. There's two colors, ladies, and that's it. If it's white, it's not right. If it's brown, go to town, go eat it. I tried to rhyme that so you kind of remember a little. I know it's cheesy. Forgive me. This is a Zoom call. It's a one-way conversation. I got to keep you entertained somehow, right? So if it's white carbs, avoid it. Everybody make a note or just say in the chat real quick. How many white carbs do you have? Like white sugar, white bread, white pasta. Does anybody have that here? I know I do sometimes. It's not a big deal if you do, but just be aware of it. Do you have some of that? Yeah. So here's the thing. Sometimes, right, as we all do sometimes. Here's the thing. Make a note of this, ladies, because it is super vital. The average ectomorph, mesomorph, endo, the moment you have a white anything, you literally have 20 minutes to 60 minutes before that consumption of white goes into that. Sucks. Why does that suck? It's because your body gets almost zero time to burn it off. That's the crappy part about the simple sugar, simple, easy, like that, the white carbohydrates. And that's the stuff that, I mean, look, we're living in a really modern world, right? There's going to be whites, whatever, everywhere. So can we avoid it? Well, no, but we can definitely minimize it, right? And we can definitely replace those white with a lot of brown. So for example, if you're having sugar, instead of white sugar, have brown sugar. Yay! Instead of white rice all the time, have more brown rice. Instead of white bread, have more brown types of bread. Well, why brown? Brown. Why, Alan? Why? It's because when you have a brown substance, a brown carbohydrate, that gives you the opportunity to have it sit in your stomach for up to I say up to because everybody's body is different. You have up to 4 hours. 4 hours versus 20 to 60 minutes. You've got 4 hours where that sucker sits in your stomach and it slowly burns. It slowly digests. It slowly starts to transform into a stored energy that's called glucose, which gives you a lot more time to do whatever, to go for a walk, to go up the stairs, to go down the stairs, to do one push-up, to do a lot of push-ups, to do one little crunch, to pretend you did some crunches. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you get a little active, which we'll talk about tomorrow, you have a lot more time to avoid having that turn into fat. Ladies, I gotta tell you, so many occasions, there have been several people that I've had to work with where all we did is we got them off the white, we put them on the brown. And literally, their bodies already started to shrink. Shrink as in it was becoming more effective. It wasn't storing fat anymore. It was burning it. One of my students, I run a self-defense class here in Vancouver. Pre-COVID, I had 3 schools that were operational. And one of my students had to leave. Unfortunately, his wife got sick. He was gone for 6 months. And he was a heavyset guy, nice guy, but couldn't run. Squats hurt like hell because he was carrying so much weight. And he came to my class for training to get fit, but he had to leave. He comes back 6 months later. And I swear to God, he showed up and it was like half of them showed up. I'm like, what the hell happened to you? You look good, but what did you do? Because you said you couldn't train. He said, Alan, you told me to get off the white and start using brown. And you told me to have more protein and less carbs. I'm like, I'm waiting for the punchline, right? I'm like, so, okay. And he goes, no, that was it. I had to take care of my wife. She was ill. I've been working like a dog. And then as soon as I get home, I take care of my wife. I got no time for gym. I cancel my gym membership. I still have to eat though. I'm like, yeah, but didn't you do anything else? Like, he said he ended up losing 80 pounds. It was over 6 months, but it was 80 pounds. Think about that for a second. How often do you, if you'd known somebody who had just lost a lot of weight just from changing the food intake, not reducing, we're not talking about like eating like a bird, right? You're still eating, you're still enjoying your life, you're still having your food, but just the change of white to brown alone, if you knew that was possible for you to just go and shrink, to lose that body fat, what would that do for you? What would that do to your confidence, knowing that something so simple could create such a remarkable improvement? And I'm not just talking about the weight, okay? I'm not just talking about the weight. I'm looking at him and he's smiling. He's going through his challenges still, just like you and me, right? We all got life challenges of some type, right? But he's like, Alan, I missed you guys. I haven't been able to train. I wanted to come say hi. But I also want you to know that even though life is tough, like, I'm still better. I can work more. My back doesn't hurt. I've got more energy at my job and at home. He said, I can sleep less now. I don't have to sleep 8-9 hours to feel normal. He said, I'm so busy, I could barely even get that. Now I can sleep 6 to 7, and I feel like I slept 10. If you knew that just that one change in what was going in your mouth could give you all those added benefits before we even talked about building some amazing Helen Fong lean muscle tissue in there. If you got all those benefits already before the game started, how would that benefit you? I would argue that just one thing alone would make a dramatic improvement in so many people's lives. Don't wait for someone to tell you to do it. Give yourself the gift of looking at your cupboard today at the end of this call and just say, okay, what's white here that I can turn brown? That's it. That one thing alone will transform your life completely. Trust me. Okay? That's for ectos, mesos. Last one, and then we'll open up for questions real quick here. Ladies, thank you. Thank you so much for your patience. I got to tell you, it is a challenge to take 10 years of what's in this brain of mine, plus Helen's stuff, and then pack it into an hour and a half. But we're doing the best we can because we really care. I say that respectfully because one thing I pride us in is we don't hold back. Anything that we've got to share, whatever it is, our best kept tips, our best kept secrets. Like I get excited. I got excited when we told everybody about the Omron scale. Because, for example, the scale where you hold it and it shows you your body fat, your muscle percentage, your weight, the visceral fat, so it's the stomach fat that wraps around the stomach and in the heart or around the organs. That thing used to be like $500-600. Most people couldn't get it. And all of a sudden now it's like $100 and you have it for the rest of your life. You know how excited we got? We're like, oh, go get it. Like I sounded like a freak of nature. And people are like, why are you so excited? I shared it because we cared, because we know if you had that tool, you would never guess. Anything that we have, we'll share it with you. These calls are designed for that. So I'm saying that so you know why sometimes we go a little over. But I'm also saying it because if you've got something in your head and you're like, I really want to ask these two this, ask it. I need you to ask it, okay? That's why we're here. We're not getting paid for this time, people. We are here to give. There's nothing you can buy yesterday. There is nothing you can buy today. If you pulled out your wallet, this is not a wallet, but if you pulled out your wallet and said, here, just take my money, I would have to throw it back at you because I got nowhere to use it. At least not here, right? So ask whatever you need to know. We're here for you. Last part. Mesomorph. The luckiest of the bunch. Yours is simple. Protein. And depending how you feel, you can either have high carbs that day, or you can lower the carbs and you can go high fat. But as long as you're active, 20-30 minutes a day, you can eat whatever the hell you want. Now, I say that loosely. If you want fast, did I just see somebody say, Alan, take my money? No. The answer is no, but thank you very much. I got thrown off by that last message. For mesomorphs, the reason why I said that so loosely is because when you're active, your body's primed. It's built in, your metabolism is built to burn fat incredibly efficiently. It is built to hang on to muscle incredibly efficiently. You have, in my opinion, the best of the three, which doesn't make you better, like first endos, ectos, oh God, this is so horrible. God, somebody give me a hug. No. It just means we have to be a little more strict. That's all. But for them, they can gain their results quick, but they can also lose it quick. So to make sure that you have long-lasting change, long-lasting improvement, for at least 90 days. And all of this boils down to 90-day plans, ladies. Everything you want to test, always test within the 90-day frame. It takes, add this real quick before I go back to this. It takes 30 days for your metabolism to turn on. Turn on, as in like how your metabolism was when you were 16, maybe 18, maybe 20. It's still in there. It's just been dormant for a very long time. And I don't care what scientist or fitness professional, whatever tells you, no, not possible, you're too old, or it's too late for you, it's all done. No, screw that. Tell them to shut up. I'm serious. I say that a lot because sometimes we get fooled into believing it's too late. And I classify that as full of BS. It's too late, full of BS. Because time after time, I mean, look, Helen was training next to a 74-year-old woman at the gym. 74, okay? 74. She didn't start her training till 55 or something like that. 50, 55, around Helen's age. Me and Helen walk into the gym. You know what she's doing? She's doing this. She's up in the pull-up bar and she's doing this. Hey, good morning. How are you? And me and Helen are going, how the hell is she doing that? It looks so goddamn easy. Literally, we were trying to train and we couldn't because we're fascinated by how the 74-year-old woman that could have looked like Helen's sister, she really did look that young. Helen, we got to find that photo and share it with the ladies. 74. There was not a single person in that gym that could do what she was doing. And you know what the doctors told her way back? Oh, maybe you shouldn't work out too much. Go easy because your bones are really frail now. You might really hurt yourself. I mean, come on. If a 74-year-old lady could be that fit, what's in store for you? What is in store for... Don't even get me started here, ladies. Come on. All right. So protein, high. Fat, high. Carbohydrates can be high to medium. You do this based on how you feel for the day. Everybody make a note, please. If you're having a more physical day, have a little bit more of your, if you're this person, have more carbs, that's okay. If you're more sedentary, have less carbs. As an endomorph, you want to keep carbs down low all the time, but you want your protein and your fat to be high, whether you're training or you're not. So that doesn't change. Because as an endo, you want your body to use the fats as energy, not the carbs. Right? If you're an ecto, well, if you're sedentary, have medium level carbs. If you're working out hard that day, have high level carbs. That's okay. Okay. And going back to that last portion I just said, 30 days, it takes time for your metabolism to kick in. 60 days, your metabolism starts to show results, but you don't see it. You don't see it. Your friends go, hey, you look damn good. What are you doing? What are you doing? But you go, I don't know, I look the same. 90 days? Oh, that's when you take a photo of yourself, you look at your photo, and you almost drop your phone because you're like, I didn't know I looked that good. Quick caption, ladies, before I turn this back to Helen. Everybody make a note of this. Everybody, please, please, please. Your eyes will not see what the camera will present to you every time. One more time. Your eyes cannot see what a camera can show you every time. Why? Because looking at yourself in the mirror to check your progress, how do I look at my dress today? I don't have a dress. I'm just pretending to be a woman. How do I look at my dress? How do I look at my blouse? How do I look at my two-piece bikini? If you look at it with your eyes, looking at yourself every day is like watching grass grow every day. If you're staring at grass every single day, will you see how much it grows? Probably not. Will your neighbor see how much it grows? Probably. Why? Because they're not looking at it every day, but you are. So give yourself that gift of making progress and showing yourself on your camera, okay? And last thing, real quick, before I come back to Helen, if you hate your progress, if your day one is like, I'm not saying this to you, okay? But I've heard this before. I look like Frankenstein. I look horrible. I've heard it all. I look horrible. I look fat. I look disgusting. I look, blah, 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 blah. Make a note, please. The more you hate the way you look now, the more amazed you will be with yourself later. Please make that note. The more you dislike the way you look now, the more of a gift, I swear by my life, the more of a gift you give to yourself in 30, 60, 90 days. So you know what? You've seen my fat photos, right, ladies? I call them my fat photos. I've always called them my fat photos, but I have showed, Helen kind of glimpsed it a little, and I'll show it tomorrow. How's that? Anybody want to see what I used to look like? I used to be okay. I used to joke and tell everybody, Cindy's like, yeah, show me your ugly photos. Show me your ugly photos, Alan. I would like to see the ugly photos. I will show you out of pure embarrassment where I humbly started, okay? And it wasn't even on my day one because I was too embarrassed. So I waited till like 2-3 months in, got a little muscle, but I still look like Mr. Snowman, right? I used to joke to people and tell them that I was pregnant. I'm the only pregnant Asian man here in Vancouver because I could take a bottle, I could lean back a little, put it on my stomach, and it would just sit there. It was like my party trick. It was the only thing I could do because I was so out of shape. I used to joke, but it hurt. To go from there, to hate those photos, to what I had after, and what I'm able to maintain, looking at those photos from my early days, it did two things for me, and I'm closing. I hope it does this for you. Number one, it reminds me, and I say this all the time, I will never be this guy ever again. This dude that just let himself go, had no self-respect for himself. This is me talking to me, okay? Not you, but me. He didn't have a lot of self-respect. Just whatever. I'm never being this guy again, ever. It became my marker that if I start to lose myself, I'm never going to get to here again. When you have that for yourself, ladies, that becomes your defining image that makes your heart go, this is never going to happen again. And as long as you have that memory in front of you, trust me, you're not going to let yourself, whatever that is for you, you're not going to let yourself go back there again. So from there, everything just looks good. Month 1, ooh, I look good. Month 2, damn good. Month 3, oh my God, who is this person? It just keeps getting better. Give yourself that gift because you deserve it. Okay? Let me shoot it back here to Miss Helen Fong. Helen, come on back.
Thank you so much, Coach Ellen. Just to add to Coach Ellen's figure, I also chose him because I knew he did everything what I wanted to. When I want to change my body, of course, you all know we hire somebody who have the experience. So on stage, I wanted to go up, and he actually competed in Florida national. So maybe tomorrow you can show off your journey on stage. So and then before that, he was also 250 pounds. So I sort of like
40% body fat. Bad.
So
it was bad.
So he for some of you, he like to follow someone. You wanted to get somebody who have done the process, right? The journey. So that's why I chose him to guide me on stage and help me transform my body. So just to share with some of you, if you don't get to know him, haven't had a chance to get to know him yet, thank you. There's a really important question while you're talking about food, what to eat. And a few of the women here want to know if they have to count calories following the portion of protein, carb, and fat. And that's very important. That maybe you can share with a lady if counting calories.
Sure.
Yeah, it is important.
Sure.
But however.
Sure, really good.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you take over now.
Sure. You know what, let me just cover this real quick then before you hit the next question. Ladies, doing this process is very similar to anything else that's important to us in life. Yeah. For example, how many people here drive a car? I'm assuming everybody either drives or knows how to drive, right? Well, before you go to and jump in the car, what do they ask you to do? Well, they ask you to take the manual, usually, and read the manual because you got to know the signs and what they mean. So there's a little bit of memorization to that because it's part of the process of succeeding, of driving from one location to the other and not dying or killing anybody through the process, right?
Yes.
Take cooking. How many people here love to cook? Or how many people here know how to cook? I don't. I burn noodles, so this does not apply to me. But for the rest of you that know how to cook, chances are is you either followed a recipe or went to some sort of school or you saw a YouTube video and you followed the guidelines, right? So it helps you get success. In this case, in the beginning, we're not so much into like measuring the grams and having a gram scale where you write super precise. At the same time, the mention about getting the MyFitnessPal app, what that does for you is it does the following. Number 1, it counts the calories for you. Number 2, it totals the amount of calories that you consume in a day so you don't have to calculate it yourself. Number 3, it lets you know the percentage of all of those calories consumed so you know if you're on point with, let's say, higher protein, less carbs, or high protein, high fat, lower carbs, or high protein, medium carbs, and medium fats. Whatever your goal, you don't have to count it. Let the app count it for you. And then at the end of the day and the week, you can measure or just read it. Just be like, oh, this day I had too many carbs. This day I had too little carbs. This day I had too much protein. They say, I had too little protein. It goes back to that old saying, success leaves clues. In order for you to know the clues, you have to have a track record of what they are. Now, do you have to do that forever? No, of course not. Helen, you ask her if she counts calories? Pfft, you gotta be out of your mind. But that's because she's become so wise and so experienced with knowing, generally, in a ballpark fashion, how many calories are in certain foods. She can just do it in her head now, like without effort. So in conclusion, yes, for you, use the app until you're comfortable with knowing what's going in your mouth on a daily basis. Once you've got that, like any other skill, I'm not going to throw my phone, but you can just chuck it. You can just get rid of it because you won't need it anymore, right? So do it for a short period of time, ladies. Usually we say at least do it for like 30 days. And after that, you'll know if you still need that app or if you've become so proficient with knowing what you eat that you no longer need it because your body will show the results.
Exactly. It is another question. How many times should they eat? Should someone eat in a day? When Coach Alan mentioned, for example, if you want to lose weight, there's a number of calories that you should consume a day. For example, if your calorie intake is supposed to be 1,500, and as long as you're eating the macro for your body, and you can just divide by that 1,500 calories, divide into different meals, doesn't really matter as long as you don't go over it, right? And you are meeting the nutrient your body need. You can be, there's one girlfriend of mine, she only ate one meal, or 2 meals, but those 2 meals includes all the nutrients she needs and all the calories she needs. And she's okay with it. And she's losing weight and building muscles and losing body fat. So that's why we don't want to give you like a general guideline. It's also for you to develop certain skills so you can use for life, right? So understanding the process yourself, because eventually there will be times in your life that, for example, you fall off. And then if you have the tools, the experience, you can get back up, right? And that's the beauty about asking you to look into the MyFitnessPal and really understand the food you're eating and how your body changes, because it actually records everything. You can go back, many days, and then in the future, like again, if you fall off, you go back to what you were doing right? So.
Right. Really good. Ladies, I'm noticing there's actually a lot of questions here. This is great. So here's what we're going to do. Just for the respect of your time, to make sure we don't invest the time in these calls, because we want to be here with you, but we know everybody's on different time zones, different times. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to close off this call for now. We're going to take this list of questions that you have, because I've recorded them through Zoom. So Zoom shows me that little cheat sheet that you guys have written stuff here on. And Helen and I, sometime later today, are going to go through these questions one at a time and answer them for you in video format. We'll then take that video, post it in the group. So anything that you asked, it'll be right there. Just take a few minutes, check it out later on when we post, okay?
Great idea.
Is that cool?
Because some of the ladies are, in their time zone are close to midnight, right? So.
Some of you. I know. Geez, I know Ivana. It's like what time is Ivana? It's like almost midnight for her. She's out in Poland right now, right? So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And in closing, ladies, we just want to say one more time. Look, we respect your time. We really do. It's why it's so hard for us to pinpoint. Okay, what do we want to share here today? There's so much to share. But that's what also forces us to raise our game, because we know that if we don't deliver, you don't get results. I got to tell you, doing what we do it goes past beyond money. Let's be very clear and honest. This is a business. Tone at 50 is a business. It needs money in order to keep its doors open, even though they're virtual doors. We have people and tools that we have to pay for. But moments like this, where we're not talking about money, we're just talking about delivering, this is the drive for us, because we have more than just something like money on the line. We've got our reputations. And we got our reputations, that's important because we want to go out into the world and to ladies just like you, wonderful ladies, and know that we're making a difference because somebody along our life path came across us and said, hey, I'm going to share this thing with you and it's going to make your life better. And a lot of what we do isn't just for ourselves or even just for you, but it's also that combination of knowing someone was so kind to transform our lives that the only thing we can do now is pay it forward. So when you're here, this is why we value you so much, because we're waiting. We want those success stories. We want those video testimonials. We want to see that your life is better, and we want a little bit of part to do with that, just a little. And that's why you being here means so much to us and why we want to deliver. So ask your questions, ask a lot, ask in detail, ask 20 questions. We don't care. We're here for you.
We love
Ask
questions.
it, learn it, apply it. Yeah, we do. And we love it more when you use the questions, get your answers, and start building your results. So please don't ever be shy with us, okay? Always ask. We appreciate you. Helen,
you so
anything
much.
else you want to share in closing before we go?
No.
Sorry,
I
go
believe
ahead.
the ladies, took time out of their busy schedule. Some of you are working. You listen to us while you're in the background working, serving clients. So thank you.
Yeah, working at your jobs. Wow, amazing. Ladies, we're going to pick up more on this on tomorrow's call. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit more on eating to answer any additional questions, but mostly tomorrow is going to be about how to train. Not athlete, Spartan crazy, like nothing, not even like Helen's like bikini competition training, nothing like that. But tomorrow's going to be about how do you train in a way that is efficient, that allows you to take an hour's worth of progress, condense it to 20, maybe 30 minutes. Instead of going to a gym, how do you train where you're at home? Instead of having to buy expensive equipment, how do you do it where you have nominal, inexpensive equipment? Like a set of resistance bands is like $10. A yoga mat's like $20. A pair of hand weights are like 5-10 pounds, or like maybe, I don't know, what are they these days? Like $10-20, somewhere that we're not talking about $1,000 equipment here. How do you train so efficiently that you can produce your own toned at 50 body at home without expensive memberships and still be able to produce similar results to what Helen's got? That is all in store for you tomorrow. I hope you got stuff to write with, because when it's gone, it's gone. But we're giving you the gold here, ladies. No joke. No joke. And we're going to prove it to you on tomorrow's call starting at 11:30.
Thank you so much, Alan. Isn't he great? He's amazing. He's funny. He's like that in the gym too. That's why I was able to produce the result. It wasn't just the gym. I can get anyone, but look at him. I mean, you know what he's like, right? The whole 2 hours, he's funny. And it's all about fun. Enjoy the process.
Gotta have fun.
So thank you so much. I brought you to serve this lady because you're amazing. You are amazing.
So kind.
So let's share with the ladies tomorrow more of your greatness. All right. So
thank you so much, ladies. My greatness is your greatness. It's our greatness. So let's all come back tomorrow and we'll keep this party going. Okay. Have a great day. Have a great evening, morning, whenever you're watching. We'll see you all tomorrow. Cindy, I love those Tony Robbins little icons. Thank you so much for bringing them. Kathleen, I love seeing you here too. Thank you so much. Ivana, Gita, I know you're at work. Thank you for plugging in. Melissa, Julie, Doris, Maria, Ivy, Agnes. We appreciate you so much. We'll see you on tomorrow's call, everybody. Have a great day. Helen, you're phenomenal as always.
Thank you, ladies. I will see you tomorrow.